人はいつかそれに名をつけた
I've never seen so many people drinking this much before the early evening. It's making me thirsty. I think having early ale is good, if it gives them enough energy to make it to the early evening. Hello again, girls. My, you're a sight for sore eyes. A pair of ripe, beautiful blossoms gracing this rut of a tavern. You remember us? Your memory is commendable, especially for working in an establishment as popular as this. How could I forget doves as dazzling as you two? If I did, I'd bash me thick knocking until it got jogging. Attention, everyone! That fella there is walking out the last order of the service. Oh. We didn't take no more orders. Come back again soon for the evening service. Oh, geez. I'm real sorry, girls. I know y'all came out of your way, but could you please come back again for tonight's dinner service? I'll be sure to serve you again. To be honest, we weren't hoping for a meal when we came here today. You weren't? We have a question that we needed to ask, and we're hoping to find out here. I'm sorry, sir, but this is urgent. Do you know anybody here by the name of Albas? Albas? You mean Albas Foster? Of course I know him. He's one of our dear regulars. Could you describe his physical appearance for us? We need to put a name to a face. Oh, sure. He's a quiet, shy-looking middle-aged gent. But don't let his soft-looking mug fool ya. His smarts are sharper than our butcher's cleaver. I think he works at Sevitz Enterprise too. He doesn't come around much anymore, but when he does, he always eats dinner over there. The waiter pointed out a specific seat near the center of the tavern. That's perfect. Thank you for your assistance. I never knew that Mr. Foster wasn't to terms with his age yet. That sly devil. I suppose the younger ladies go further shy act, if he's had this much success with it already. Huh? Typical. I'm going to kindly inform you that your line of thought is gravely mistaken. We only asked that our question be answered. We didn't need the extra commentary or the misconception of your infuriating fantasies. Ha! You look scary when you're angry, Ritana. I am dead serious, though. What should we do now, my lady? We can return later to the tavern tonight to see if Albaz is around. Ritana! Look over there! Rune! Good afternoon, Miss Alpine and Miss Ritana. A spark jolted throughout my entire body from shock. Rune! What's going on? What happened to your eyes? They're lifeless. Yeah, it's not even shining. It's like pale. This time, Rune doesn't just appear to lack emotion. She feels lifeless. I don't know any other way to accurately elaborate this eeriness, but I would liken her to a doll. How can she be alive when she feels so devoid of life? I have been looking for you two. I sincerely apologize for being unable to meet with you both at the appointed time. There wasn't a speck of the sincerity to be felt as Rune arched her body downwards in a bow. Rune! Why? What happened to you? Why didn't you meet with us? This is the Sediment Stone Master Rudo confiscated from me earlier today. This is the reason I wanted to meet with you both this afternoon, but my carelessness greatly delayed that meeting. Please take this. The stone is all yours. Forget about the stone. What happened? Did that man do anything to you? Who is Rudo Sevitz and what is he to you? Why did you call him Master Rudo? Because Rudo Sevitz is my master and owner. Was it my imagination? Or did Rune grin out the corner of her mouth just now? It's a variable expression that is entirely dependent on whatever emotion a person associates it with, but Rune's emotional detachment from the grin is abnormal. Owner? You are not an object, nor do you belong to anyone, Rune. Why would you call him your owner? Because I am object, Miss Alphine. She spoke those words without any hint of hesitation, her voice clear and sharp as crystal. What in the... I don't believe it. Rune, is he holding you against your will? Is he blackmailing you? Master Rudo is neither holding me against my will, nor is he blackmailing me. I am willingly in the employ of Master Rudo. Uh-oh. As I am willingly here, meeting with you both. What was that? It was slight, but no matter how much I tried to convince myself otherwise, it was a sign of emotion. You don't appear to be at his side willingly, Rune. You can't fool me. My lady. Rune, please. Please tell us everything. We want to help you. I thought we were friends. I do not have the authorization to make nor become friends with anyone. And my name is Sara. I sincerely apologize for giving you both the incorrect name during our first encounter. Please address me as Sara from this moment forward. Whether we will have any moments after today remains uncertain. Sara bowed deeply once more and formed her lips into another seemingly innocuous but lifeless smile. That was weird, I think she could probably brainwash or something, I don't know. Could be happening if they changed the voices or something. No. Rune. Artificial. That is the most appropriate description for Rune, or Sara. Everything about her seemed off from the moment I met her. The indistinguishable presence, the expressions devoid of emotion, and the lifelessness. Every word she speaks, every action she performs, it all feels so artificial and inhuman. Her formulaic and emotionless responses to our concerns from our encounter thus far are evidence of my assertions. I must attend to other business now, so unless there is anything else, I bid you both a good day. What? Wait a second. Rune, Sara, whatever name it is you go by, before you leave, there's something I wanted to say. No matter how devoid of emotion you try to phrase your frigid responses, both Alphine and I consider you our friend. Sara had turned and started walking in the opposite direction until my statement stopped her. If there's anything that we can do to help you, please don't hesitate to ask. Just tell us the truth. If you're not being held against your will, and if you're not being forced to labor away for Rudo Zevitz, then what is it that keeps you bound to him? Why do you feel attached to him so much even though he treats you like an object? Is it something she can't disclose in full confidence to others? What is it that compels her to choose to stay with Rudo Zevitz? No matter how she tries to hide it, Rune doesn't appear to be staying by Rudo Zevitz's side willingly. Then why? You don't have to subject yourself to his brand of treatment. We are all free to make our own decisions. If she really is staying at his side by choice, then there's little that we can do to help her. If you don't want us to get involved any more than we are, then... Miss Ratana, she cut me off. You have the wrong idea. Does a hammer question its role as a tool? Does it curse its own destiny? I am not being held against my will, nor do I question my purpose. If this has not dawned upon you yet, I will clarify this once more for you. I do not have any authority because I am property of Zevitz Corporation. I do not have the freedom to make my own decisions because I am property of Zevitz Corporation. I do not have the right to feel or feel attachment towards Master Rudo. I am an object. I am a tool. I am the hammer. She spoke in succession, without a single hint of emotion this time. Well, I don't know why I talk like a robotic girl voices. That shouldn't have been possible. Nobody could drown themselves in such depression without struggling to intake a single breath of air, sorry. This thing is not the girl we met yesterday. She is not our Rune. Goodbye, Miss Alpine and Miss Britannia. Uh-oh. How could Rune have changed so much over the course of a day? This is the worst scenario that neither of us could have even imagined possible. I glanced at Selfine and saw her flames raging with her sky, blue eyes, which is not amused. My lady? Britannia, I can't remember the last time I felt this angry. I'm angry enough to grab her by the arms and shake some sense into her. I don't care if she ends up despising me for it. This was Rune's decision, my lady, as much as it pains me to admit. I understand you are displeased with our conversation, but if you sincerely chase after her in an attempt to shake some sense into her, Sara may really despise you, my lady. I can live with that, but something's been bothering me. Something being? Well, it's probably the exact same thing that's still bothering you as well. Who is she really? Is she Rune? Or is she Sara? Is she really the girl who guided us around in exchange for the perspective of a pair of outsiders? Or was it all an act? I just want to know the truth, Britannia. And it's just not just Rune I want to know about. I want to know about Kadia, the outer pole, the inner pole, and so much more now. I want to know if slavery is a cultural practice here. I want to know if discriminatory practices are being done here. But more than anything, I want to know what happened to our friend. Selfine, do you think you could condone any sort of discriminatory practice, my lady? Famine, pestilence, war. These are all things that have been eradicated from Rexenheide for the most part. Regardless of Kadia and the Outer Pole being far beyond the borders of the Minecrafters Alliance, I don't believe either of us could tolerate the practice of slavery. It's not a matter of pragmatics, Britannia. Now that we're in a completely different land and culture, I would rather know as much as I can, even if I can't change anything. Selfine's eye appeared tinged with an uncharacteristic vigor as she gazed towards the direction that Rune had departed. Hours have passed well into the evening since our encounter with Rune. While Selfine slumbered away at our inn, exhausted from the afternoon's events, I silently sneaked away to the central district. Uncontrollable curiosity clawed away at my mind, unsettling me for the latter half of the afternoon. That curiosity was slightly put to ease once I attained the information I sought from the quartermaster. Nearby Zevit's Enterprise monomine was a cemetery. Fortunately for me, I was informed that the cemetery was proximate to the woods where the riptide carried both Selfine and me. With my bearings in mind, I set out to return to oxygen-deficient forest, and after several minutes, I came upon the cemetery. It appeared well maintained and unusually bare of dread, but it was sealed by wrought iron bars and a locked gate. But a cemetery is still a cemetery, even at night, and this distinct lack of dread and dearness is unsettling. A thick mist suddenly fell upon the wooded area, shrouding the cemetery and my surroundings in a smoky veil. Where to begin? I bypassed the sealed gate and retrieved a parchment that the innkeeper had given me before my departure. Apparently, it reads Rune Zevitz in the language here. I have to find her headstone to silence my concerns once and for all. I'm still quite illiterate in the language, so I'll have to match every name on these headstone to the name written on this parchment. This way, at least I know who our friends is, and whether the Rune who know is really Rune Zevitz or Sara. 20 minutes have elapsed since I began my search. This cemetery is large. The mist has caused me to lose my bearings. I can't even tell where the main gate is anymore. No. Rain. Damn it. If I had to guess, I must have only explored about a third of this cemetery so far. This cemetery is ludicrously large. How many generations of Kadia's people are resting beneath the soil on which I stand? The mist has turned into a drizzle, and it feels as if it's only going to intensify into a downpour soon. I need to find her headstone soon. Not even 5 minutes have passed and already the drizzle had turned into a downpour. By this time, both my coat and cloak had become drenched, slowly sapping away my body's warmth. There isn't much I can do in this rain, even less if the innkeeper's parchment become illegible. The rain drowned my spirits and forced me to consider looking for any form of shelter available in the cemetery until I saw her. Whoa. Holy shit. What's with her eyes? That looks kinda scary. Sara! Her unexpected arrival left me frozen with intangible fear. Miss Ritana, are you searching for Mistress Rune's headstone? I couldn't utter a single response. Her presence and her keen insight shocked me like electricity. Until this moment, I believed that nothing could ever take me by surprise again. I wouldn't be caught off my guard, and if I ever was, I would turn to monocrafting as my last resort. But even that was rendered useless by the insight of her alone. I needed to gather and compose myself. I remember that she did something similar when we first met. She snuck up on us with her lifeless presence and I failed to detect her. But her eyes never radiated red, which I saw at the beginning. Just what are you, really? Sara's face remained static and devoid of any emotion as the relentless droplets of rain continued to shower upon us. I struggled to keep my eyes open and focused on Sara against the instinctive reflex to blink against the intrusion of rainwater. But she didn't even bat an eye. You will not find Mistress Rune's headstone here. Why? How did you know? Is it because you're her? Are you Rune Sevitz? Who can say? What kind of response is that? Are you her, or are you not her? You have entered the premises of property that is solely exclusive to Sevitz Enterprise. You are not authorized to be on this property. I apologize, but I must insist that you leave immediately. Her last words were almost inaudible against the pitter-patter of the rain, but I understood her implication. Oh. She's trying to change her expression. Please, do not trouble Master Rudo or the Sevitz Enterprise. And she smiles again. What the hell is going on? Both you and Miss Salvine must leave Kadia and never return. Goodbye. And with those parting words, Rune melted into the landscape and disappeared into the forest. It could have been the chill from the rain, but if I'm not mistaken, I sensed a moment of sadness and solitude when her expression changed. That was kind of scary. That was like a little bit surprised me. Who was it that I encountered in the cemetery last night? Well, Sara, or Rune, of course. Rune's grave doesn't exist. Why? Is it because Sara is Rune? No, that can't be. The townsfolk clearly said that Rune had died. Damn it. This is all getting so confusing. Pretty much I did, too. So, you snuck out without me, while I was asleep, no less. And you even ran into Sara too? I could feel Salvine's biting displeasure sink its teeth into my skin. I would have liked to say a word or two to her as well, but somebody didn't take that into consideration. Forgive me, my lady. But the hour was late, and I did not want to risk anything that would accelerate the development of your mana shock. Somebody wasn't thinking about what their dear friend wanted. Oh no. I offer my lady 1,000 pardons. You have my word that this will not happen again. Never is a pretty strong word, Ratana. Salphine appeared determined to maintain in her relentless glaring. Not even I thought that she would regard my actions with such scorn. I suppose I'll have you to take your word for now, Ratana. But don't think that you're off the hook just yet. Understood. Listen, Ratana. I know I'm useless for the most part. My lady? Oh, come on. You know it's true, so let's not deny it. I'm not saying this to make you feel worse, but it's a fact that I have to come to accept. I have zero talent in Minecraft, Battlecraft, everything, really. I know I will never be as varied and versatile as you. My fear is that I will become so burdensome that I'd be weighing you down with every step you take. But as much as the fates seem to prefer that I stand idly by, I feel that my proper place is to be by your side, Ratana. Please elaborate, my lady. What do you mean? As my royal guardian, you've always prioritized my safety above all others, and I realize that will never change. If we were still in Ruxenheide, I could easily appoint your successor and free you of your responsibilities of being my royal guardian, and that would put my worries to rest. But we are alone and far away from our home. Your duty as my royal guardian is to ensure my safe return to the kingdom of Ruxenheide, correct? Correct. If something happened to you, do you really think I can make it back home on my own? Ratana, I want to share the burden. We must help keep each other alive. Do you understand, Ratana? Here, we are on equal standing. Ratana Riggs and Vahasta, you are my dearest friend. I cannot bear the thought of losing you, so please. That really caught me off guard. In this dire situation where one's title carries no weight, as far as the situation is concerned, Salphine and I are equals. How could I not notice something so simple? You have my word, my lady. From this moment forward, you and I are on equal standing. Right! It seems like I've been treating her as I did when we were both young. A large burden seems to have been lifted off my shoulders. So, if you don't mind, I actually had a suggestion I've been wanting to make. By all means. Ratana, I would like to try casting Minecraft. What? What do you mean? You're gonna craft yourself? You're not even like a craftsman or something.